Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm working on some fan art of Magik from Marvel Rivals. I thought it'd be a fun challenge to bring my own spin to it while also stepping out of my usual comfort zone. While I draw, I also wanted to chat about something that's been on my mind, and that's the Overwatch versus Rivals debate. Now, I play a lot of Overwatch, I have thousands of hours in it. I've been playing a little bit of Rivals recently, and I just wanted to talk about that. Now, I will talk about that a little bit later. And also, as a college student, art for fun has taken a back seat lately, which has been incredibly frustrating. So, let's dive into all that while we draw together. So, first off, Magik. I've always loved her. She's the perfect mix of dark and powerful. She's just so effortless. She's so cool. Have you seen her sword? But I really wanted to push myself for this piece, so I wanted to draw her from below. I usually default to just the front view, and even when I'm not trying to and I'm trying to push myself, just the knee up gets me. So I've been trying to really push myself and challenge myself with something different here. It's a bit of a struggle, but that is a part of growing as an artist. So I want to focus on shape design and being more intentional with my silhouettes as well, really exaggerating certain elements while keeping others simple. So I did that with her armor here. I really wanted to focus on the silhouette of her armor, the pointy spikes on her shoulders versus the softness of her skin, and really getting that across without having to overwork the details. Now, while I'm working, I'm just going to quickly talk about the games for a second. Overwatch has been my go to for years. I started playing in 2017 when Moira was added to the game, and me and my best friend just played it for ages. I met my boyfriend on Overwatch. I played competitive for a while. I would never say I'm really good at it. I just really enjoy it. I've met a few friends on Overwatch. Like, genuinely, I do quite like it. I think Rivals is not necessarily a direct competitor to it. I think I've been getting really frustrated with Rivals, but I do really like the design of the characters. I like the art style. I like the experimentation with the dynamic environments. I like how they're switching things up and how Overwatch is also switching things up now, currently with perks. That has been so much fun. I love Symmetra's fourth turret. I love Mercy's Guardian Angel jump. Definitely, it's been really fun to see how the two games compare to each other, and see how experimenting is done, not just in art, but in games as well. That brings me back to the artwork. I feel like when you get comfortable in a video game, you develop habits. You know, you play the same characters, you go the same routes. It's the same with art. I've realized I've been drawing faces from the same angles, using the same rendering techniques, and it's making my work feel a little bit predictable. By going back to college and trying to come up with new techniques, more painterly techniques, because I am in a fine art course, it's kind of encouraged me to take different approaches to digital art. So with this drawing, I'm making a more conscious effort to try a different angle than I normally would, have stronger contrast, and push the composition a little bit more. I'm also really focusing on the silhouette as well. It's definitely frustrating at times, but discomfort means growth. If you always stick to what's easy, you will never improve. With the line art, I kind of am experimenting a bit more sketchy line art and really focusing on getting dynamic contrast within the drawing itself. If your drawing is relying on its lines to define edges, then in my opinion, it is not a good drawing. So I've been making a really conscious effort between my colors and my tones, my shadows and my lights, and really trying to get a high contrast look while still replicating some of my favorite artists who have more blurry styles. I don't even know how to describe it. This like blurry rendering style while also having hard edges. It's something that I'm still trying to get the balance of, and something that I was experimenting with in this drawing. While I'm drawing, let's also talk about something a little more personal. If you're in college or balancing work, you probably relate to this a little bit. Finding time for personal art can feel impossible. As an art student, you'd think I'd be drawing all the time, but the reality is, most of the assignments we have feel a lot more like work than fun. And when I do get free time, I feel guilty that I'm drawing. college artwork instead of my own artwork that I would consider fun. So I've been using time to make art that's just for me, like this piece here, even if it's just an hour here and there. It helps keep that passion in me alive for my art. And honestly, I think that does make my college work better too. I think it's important to have a good balance of what you need to submit to your assignments and what you need to submit for yourself. If you're in the same boat, my advice would be schedule time for your own art. Don't feel guilty about spending time on your own personal work. Let yourself experiment without pressure, without putting all of these notions on yourself, and remind yourself why you started drawing in the first place. What gave you the passion for art? Think about all of those things and, you know, take it to heart and enjoy art, enjoy your passion. So you are going to see a little bit of a jump in progress here. I was sketching and really focusing on getting the right tones, and then my iPad stopped recording the shading and the rendering. So it kind of jumps to the lighting and stuff. So yeah, the sketching is the most important phase anyway, so I'm glad I recorded all of that. So, to be honest, that's kind of all the scripted stuff I wanted to talk about. So, for the rest of the video, I'm probably just going to be going off script and having a little chat with you guys and kind of talking through the video as I'm watching it. So, you're seeing me right now figure out the eyes. I wanted to draw them a little bit differently. Like I was saying earlier, I was trying not to rely on the line art so much. So, I was trying a new technique that I see. I don't know if it's Sam Does Art does it, where they use an airbrush and then they define the eye that way. Have you ever seen those, like, what are they called, mushy artists that do like negative space? Like they'll draw the eye socket before they draw the eye, and it's just like a brown smudge that becomes an eye shape. I don't know how those artists do it. It's like using negative space. So I was trying to do a different technique here. I don't think it worked. She kind of looks like she's drugged, but look, I tried something different and I'm gonna call it a day there. For this drawing, I definitely could have pushed it a little bit more. Like I'm not 100% happy with the end product, but I kind of just got bored, to be honest. I really focused on her hair. Her hair was like my main thing that I wanted to get right, because in Rivals, all of the hair looks so good. So I was like, okay, I have to get her hair right. So I kind of just got bored after that. Once I was happy with her hair, I was like, right, okay, I'm finished with Magik. Geez Louise, I'm still drawing the eyes. I think I'm about to move on to trying to shade. I like the technique of using the lasso tool and an airbrush to get those hard edges. Because I've started drawing with airbrushes and I really, really like it. I like how easy it is to define your edges and then also have the softness of the airbrush at the same time. So I was trying to define my shadows with this kind of angle. It's kind of hard for me personally, because the reference I was using, I don't think it had a strong light source. I was kind of making up a light source in my head. So to kind of add that light source into this already difficult angle. So having a little bit of a hard time visualizing it, so cut me a bit of slack, okay? Lighting is my favorite thing to do in a drawing, so I usually add in a multiply layer and then I either erase sections of that multiply layer or I put an overlay layer on top of it. For this one, I decided to add in the multiply layer and then remove sections of it to get the light source. So that's what I did for this drawing, and that's what you're seeing here. And I really like how that turned out. It's like minimal lighting, but I think it worked. I don't usually do that. I usually gravitate towards the multiply layer and then doing an overlay or color dodge or an add layer with like the harsh rim lighting, but I really didn't want to go for that for this drawing. Like I said, I was trying to go for blurry, I was trying to go for softness, I was trying to go for demure. So you can kind of see there was a bit of a jump. I basically just went in with orange overlay and tried to make her skin look like it had actual life in it and it wasn't just pixels on a screen. Okay, we are at the time lapse. This video is coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed my little yap session. I always enjoy watching these time lapses, and I'd be lying if I said I don't stop halfway through the drawing and watch it so that I can like see my progress, or I turn on and off the layers so that I can see how far I came in the drawing. This drawing in particular, not much of a difference to be honest. It is still just a sketchy little fun drawing that I did. I think the sketch was my favorite phase out of it, when I like this phase with the black and white and no color. I think this is my favorite part of the drawing. I kind of like, I'm glad I rendered it, but um, that's such is life, isn't it? So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to follow along with my art, feel free to subscribe or click the links in the description. You can find my Instagram, my Etsy, my social links, and yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful time, and I have a really exciting video coming after this. If you watched till this point, I suppose I should tell you I kind of want to draw, I want to play Art Academy. Did anyone play Art Academy on their Nintendo DS's? I kind of want to play Art Academy as a college student, as an artist, and see whether I satisfy the professors. I think you guys have listened to me yap long enough. Oh my god, why is her bug eyes looking at me? So I think you guys have heard me yap for long enough. I hope you enjoyed the video. Check the description. Love you lots. Bye.